To know more on HIV or AIDS, call toll-free number 1097. Know your status. Be educated about AIDS. Issued in public interest by the Meghalaya AIDS Control Society.
Umintri rangba kejelau Konrad Kongkel Sangma Raitu baka Sorkar Meghalaya kelala ban Pynsangeh hadu kan Tylli ki jingtrei kam Pynroi hak Khappud baka Sorkar Assam Naduh Snem arajar Khatpra. Ulong bakam dei setia patang jylla Assam kala Pynsangeh i kam Pynroi jong ka jylla Meghalaya Khappud Pynroi nakliang ka jylla Meghalaya ru kala Pynsangeh ya ki kam batmu ban Pynroi dak Assam hagi jaka baya kaja put. Habajuba bi ki jing Yatai haloka short duration notice kabla wanra do MLA ka Congress nongpo uba Meral Bon Sim nakliang umintri rangba ulong bagi don khat South Tylli ki kam Pynroi balai trailang da ka Sorkar Assam bat Meghalaya hagi jaka Khappud baya kaja ki badon hapor Pynroi district Naduh Snem arajar Khatpra haruka arfnru trek urumphang menta ka Snem ula pentepru bahagani ke ju kapor laya trailang yi ki kam Pynroi khat Tylli hagi Khappud ka badon hapor West Jaintia Hills Tylli la trei lang hapo West Khasi Hills but Tylli ki kam hapo South West Garo Hills district. Haba pentep ki kam Pynroi ki bala dep le da ka jylla Assam ha district jong ka jylla Meghalaya u Konrad ulong baka Pynroi district Tylli la pendep Tylli ki la sha Pynsangeh kadba South Tylli ki kam hadu menta kidang ya ki jing Pynroi. Ha West Jaintia Hills district raitu baka wei ki jing trei la pendep kadba Tylli la Pynsangeh. Ha West Khasi Hills kawai ki jing trei la pendep but South Tylli la Pynsangeh but the South West Garo Hills Tylli ki jing trei la Pynsangeh da ka Sorkar Meghalaya. Ha ka ju kapor ula pentep ye ki kam Pynroi bala Pynroi da ka Sorkar Meghalaya ka ba kinthop hari bhoi kawai la pendep South Tylli la Pynsangeh da ka Sorkar Assam West Jaintia Hills district Tylli la pendep but kawai ki jing trei kadang ya hadu menta kadba hapo West Khasi Hills kawai ki jing trei la pendep da ka Sorkar Meghalaya. Konrad ula pentepru haka yeng dorbar thawan pada do ka Snem arajar Khatpra hadu ka arfnru trek rempang menta ka Snem ki don ki jing ya kanar hagi Khappud bad ka jylla Assam kata haus Snem arajar Khatpra ki don arfu Tylli ki jingja arajar khat khandai ki don life Tylli arajar arfu ki don life khandai bad hadu menta jong new Snem arajar arfuwe ki don nriu sin ki jing ya kanar.
Mr. Speaker, sir, 7 districts of the state of Meghalaya share an interstate boundary with the state of Assam, measuring 884 kilometers in length. Since the inception of the state on 21st of January 1972, time and again we have been witnessing disputes and tensions have been escalating in the villages along the interstate border, resulting in developmental works along the interstate border progressing at a very slow pace. Mr. Speaker, sir, pertaining to the disputes that have occurred in the past few years till date, it can be stated that untoward incidents have been affecting the disputed areas, and since the year 2018 till 26th February 2021, these are the incidents which have occurred in the following areas. So I won't go district-wise, I'll just give a total because it's a big chart. So the total in 2018, 28, 2019, 33, 2020, 39, and 2021, 6. Mr. Speaker, sir, the disputes along the interstate border areas have invariably led to the problem of implementing development works. And as such, many developmental works initiated by the government of Meghalaya and the government of Assam have been halted or are yet to commence because of the border differences. Mr. Speaker, sir, as on date, these are the reports of the departmental works which have been affected or completed and in progress in both the states, which are as under: development works initiated by Government of Meghalaya, total completed 4, stopped 4, and in progress 2. Development works initiated by Government of Assam, total completed 4, stopped 16, which means works that were initiated by Government of Assam but stopped by Government of Meghalaya were 16 in number, whereas development works initiated by Government of Meghalaya and stopped by Assam were 4 in number. So these works stopped by Meghalaya are much higher, sir, in number. I'll go to the details. So in Ribhoi, 14 numbers of development schemes and projects have been undertaken by both Assam and Meghalaya in the areas of differences from 2018 till 26th February 2021. Number 1, erection of 7 electric posts at Yongkuli village, Meghalaya, by the Assam State Electricity Board was stopped by Meghalaya government. The Assam government tried to capture a plot of land belonging to Meghalaya at Barapathar village by erecting cement border pillars. Again, the work was stopped by Meghalaya. In the other instance, dismantling of SSA Lower Primary School at Umwang village, constructed by Education Department of Meghalaya, was stopped by Government of Assam. 5 under construction BPL houses sanctioned under PM Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana scheme at Umro village were destroyed by Assam police. Also, construction of a road under MGNREGS sanctioned through BDO Boirambong was stopped by Assam. Aadhaar enrollment in Umot village was stopped by Assam police. Construction of ICDS building under the district administration of Riboi was stopped by Assam police. In West Jaintia Hills, construction of Assam BOP at Khasla was stopped by Meghalaya government. Construction of road at Langpi by Assam government was stopped by Meghalaya government. Construction of road from Musiam to Mokoiram, which was done by Assam government, again was stopped by Meghalaya government. Construction of road at Mokoiram by Assam government was stopped by Meghalaya government. Construction of BOP at Yorim Biam by the Assam government again was stopped by Meghalaya government. Construction of a road at Lapanga by Assam government was again stopped by Meghalaya government. The construction of road at there's a repetition, sir. I'll just go to the next. In West Khasi Hills, construction of a dam site for generation of hydropower project along the Kri River was stopped by the Meghalaya due to protest by the local villagers. The construction of the road from Mokebari to Maubina was stopped by the Meghalaya government. Means Assam was trying to do it, but Meghalaya stopped it. Again, the construction of the NEC road from Hahim to Boko by the Assam government was encroaching under Saiwat village under Aradunga OP was stopped by the Meghalaya government. Encroachment at Langpi area by Assam government for construction of public fishery pond was again stopped by Meghalaya government. In southwest Garo Hills, 2 numbers of development schemes projects had been undertaken by Assam government at Mirjumla and Sri Shima Kamakhya temple under territory of Meghalaya, and the work has been stopped by the Meghalaya government. Mr. Speaker, sir, from these figures which I have already read out in this August House, it can be seen that 4 development works initiated by Meghalaya was stopped by the Assam counterpart, while 16 development works initiated by Assam in the disputed areas were stopped by Meghalaya on the intervention of the district administration of different districts. Mr. Speaker, sir, with regards to the development works of Meghalaya, which are being obstructed too by the government of Assam, officials, the Chief Secretary, Meghalaya has written to his counterpart in Assam to intervene and issue necessary instructions not to hinder in the development works that is meant for the benefit of residents of the disputed areas along the interstate border. So the status quo is being maintained by both the states to ensure that peace and tranquility prevails in these areas of dispute. To add to some of the concerns that were raised by the honorable members, the issue of the construction of which the honorable member from Pynroi was mentioning, construction of the transit camp, and there were few more other road projects that were being mentioned by member from Ramrai also. I would like to mention, sir, that on 25th of February 2021, the Deputy Commissioner has given detailed report on this issue, and she has been communicating, the Deputy Commissioner has been communicating with the Deputy Commissioner of Kamrup and taking up the matter, and has already written to the concerned Deputy Commissioner to intervene and to stop the construction of the transit camp and to be kept in abeyance. So steps are being taken, sir, and in this regards we have always ensured that there is a process that is followed, and therefore at most of the times it is at the OC level or at the SP level and the DC level these are resolved, and once it cannot be resolved with this or that level, it's scaled up to the nodal officers, and there are 2 nodal officers in both the states, and once it cannot be resolved at the nodal officer level, then it is escalated up to the Chief Secretary level. So therefore there is a process that's followed, but I have taken due note of the points that have been mentioned by the Honourable Member in Pynroi, and let me assure him that we will take necessary steps to discuss this with the Assam government and to figure out how we can ensure that these kind of incidents don't take place in the future also. At the same time, the honourable members had mentioned about the development schemes under the boundary, under the interstate border development program. So this program has a very small budget of about 3 to 4 crores for the entire state. And at the end of the day, these are more like untied kind of programs and flexible programs which amount to about 30 to 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, which are implemented in different constituencies with the border. So therefore, these are not very significant schemes as such. If you look at the entire development of the border, it's a process that takes place through all the line departments. So whether it's PHE, PWD, education, or tourism, or whichever department, a large amount of investment is made through these line departments. There's a gap which may occur, and that's why the interstate boundary and border development fund was kept. But as I said, this amount is not a large amount. Therefore, it's not that this money not coming in or not being sanctioned will lead to a large effect in the development process. The development takes place through the line departments, and a small amount of 30 to 40 lakhs depending on the area is given. But I can assure the honourable members that we have taken note of this concern. In the past also they've mentioned it. Even the members from the ruling side have mentioned this issue, and the finance and the planning department are considering this, and we are hopeful that we will be able to sanction some funds in the coming financial year for these interstate border development. But as I said, the amounts are very insignificant. It's not very large. Of course, every rupee matters, but the point is that when the large developments through PWD and other departments are taking, compared to those investments we make, the amount that is sanctioned under this interstate border fund is very, very negligible, sir. So apart from that, the honourable members had given some concerns about some of the road projects that have been stalled by the Assam government in West Khasi Hills areas also. So therefore those points also, sir, we have noted down, and we will be taking this up with the government of Assam at the Chief Secretary's level. And as was mentioned, sir, that last year around the month of January, February, we had communicated to government of Assam that we need to meet to discuss the border issue at the Chief Minister's level, and the verbal communication I had with the Honourable Chief Minister of Assam during that time was that we should meet sometime in the month of April 2020. But as you are aware, sir, that even after the communication was sent to Assam government, because of the COVID pandemic that hit us, those talks could not take place at that point in time. And now Assam is facing its elections. So only when the new government is installed, we will pursue this matter with the new government in the Assam, with the Assam counterparts, and we will take the discussions forward to see how we could find an amicable solution to this very, very long and pertaining problem, but a very, very important problem for our state, sir. So with these few words, I hope I have been able to clarify most of the issues that the members have raised, and with that, sir, I would like to resume my seat. Thank you, sir.
Hasua yakni uba miral haba wandra yak jing tai ulong wat la ka don ki jing ja kaja ha Khappud henre ki jing Pynroi yak ki kam Pynroi kadai banya chakmat ha ki Khappud na bro arliang na ka menta ka jing to jong ki nong song sinong Hak juga por wemele ke Kongres ulo penpau ye jing benyau ba barabor ke Sarkar Assam ke Shillong mau jentut ye ki kam Pynroi belet ke jylla Meghalaya da ke ba benrap ba Assam om tang ba ke wodong ye ki kam Pynroi he ki Khappud ba ya kaja henre wachado uput usam ke jylla Meghalaya ru ke tuklar bat ke pentot.
Sir, number one, see the allocation, as we have said, even though it is small, sir, for ISBADP, but at the border area, sir, I'll tell you, if you give construction of community hall of 7 to 8 lakhs, also it matters. With a big signboard of Dorbar Shillong, it falls within Meghalaya, Hima, Malim, Raj, all this issue. So it matters, sir, if possible, to increase the budget allocation for ISBADP. Number two, sir, with regard to transit camp in Khanapara, as mentioned by the Honorable Chief Minister, thank you so much for the response, the reply, the elaborate response that you have given. We thank you for that. But construction is still going on till now also. We would like to bring into the notice of the House through you, sir, that construction is still on. Whether the report has been sent by the Deputy Commissioner, correspondent has been sent to Assam, but it is on. So I would like the government, apart from putting an inquiry to see how this thing has happened, it has to take a serious note that this construction has to be stopped once and for all.
So we'll definitely take up that matter. And regarding the developmental aspect you mentioned, so to ensure that more of these community halls can come in the border areas, we had increased the MLA scheme also by 50 lakhs. So the Honorable MLA can also give from the MLA scheme for that 7-8 lakhs that he is mentioning. But nonetheless, sir, we will also look into this this demand, and we'll see and we'll examine on how we could provide this. But definitely, sir, I've taken note of his suggestion. Thank you, sir.
So 50 lakhs is for those who are at the border or for others also?
Sir, all, sir. All it was given, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.